everyone! Today we're going to make a super easy dish, Kuey Teow Ladna. This noodle dish is inspired by the Thai-Chinese dish called Ladna. In Malaysia, this dish is popular at warungs or food stalls, and although very similar to the Thai one, has a few different ingredients. Let's get started. The main aromatics in the sauce are garlic and chilies. We don't need to chop anything here. Just pound 5 cloves of garlic until they're roughly broken up. As always, the recipe will be in the description box below. Next, we need a handful of bird's eye chilies or chili padi. Feel free to use as many chilies as you like and any kind of chili padi variety. Bruise gently with a pestle and set aside. For less heat, you can leave the chilies whole as well. Next, we need some greens. This is sawi panjang or mustard greens in English. But you could also use any sturdy leafy vegetable like kailan or Chinese broccoli, bok choy or even kale and Swiss chard. Cut the stems into smaller pieces, then roughly chop the leaves. Keep them separate as they need to be cooked at different stages. Traditionally, ladna only has cauliflower, but I'm throwing in some broccoli as well. These are about 1/3 of a cup each. Feel free to leave them out if you want to keep it original. We're going to cut these veggies into small florets. Gather them up and place in a bowl. This may seem like a lot of prep, but don't worry. It's just the veggies that take some time to chop. The cooking will be very fast. Now we need 4 baby corns. For me, this vegetable is essential. Whenever I think of ladna, it's the flavor of the sauce and the baby corn that comes to mind. So definitely don't skip this veggie. To prep them, just remove the husk and corn silk, then cut in half lengthwise and then again to make them smaller. For some color and crunch, peel and chop half a carrot diagonally into 1 centimeter pieces. Then get a tomato and slice into half, and then into quarters. This will give the sauce a hint of acidity and some sweetness. For protein, feel free to use anything you like. Here we're using 100 grams of tempeh and 80 grams of frozen and thawed tofu. Traditionally, a variety of non-vegan meats are used in this Kuey Teow Ladna. To keep it vegan, you can use tofu, tempeh, soy curls or chunks, seitan, or even mushrooms. So now that we have everything chopped and ready, we can get on to cooking. Into a large pot, pour in about 1 to 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Once it's hot, arrange the tempeh one by one into the pot to fry. It will take about 2 to 3 minutes for the tempeh to brown on one side. Once it's done, flip to the other side and do the same. Then push all the tempeh to one side of the pan and add in the pounded garlic and chilies. Fry the aromatics until they are lightly brown and fragrant. Garlic burns quite quickly, so this browning process will take no time at all. Next, we're going to add the veggies that take longer to cook. First the sliced carrots, then the stems of the sawi. Stir everything together now and saute on medium heat. After about 2 to 3 minutes of frying, toss in the baby corn. They take some time to cook too, but it's always nice when they have a bit of a crunch. Okay, next we can go in with the cauliflower and the broccoli. To make a sauce out of it and to help the veggies cook, let's pour in 3½ cups of water or vegetable stock. If you're just using water, add a stock cube or some mushroom seasoning to taste. Let's also add 1 tablespoon of vegetarian oyster sauce. This mushroom-based sauce will give the dish a nice umami flavor. Next, toss in the tomatoes and 100 grams of silken tofu. Ladna usually has eggs in it to thicken the sauce and give it body. Silken tofu will give a similar mouthfeel and texture. Mash the tofu up until it crumbles and mixes together with the sauce. Lastly, we want to go in with our tofu cubes and the mustard greens. Looks like a lot of greens, but once they cook, they'll wilt to nothing. Leave it to simmer for a minute and let's mix 1½ tablespoons of cornstarch with a bit of water to create a slurry. Pour it into the pot and immediately stir. The sauce will thicken slowly and turn glossy. And that's it! We can turn off the heat and set it aside to prep our noodles. Ladna is usually eaten with flat rice noodles or kuey teow. If you want to know how to make your own flat rice noodles, I show you how to make it in this video right here. So make sure you go and watch it after this. To prepare them, get a pot and add a bit of oil. Add the kuey teow in, then pour 1 tablespoon of kicap manis or sweet soy sauce. Fry the kuey teow briefly until it turns a rich caramelly color and smells slightly toasty. Once it's toasted to your liking, plate into a shallow bowl or rimmed plate. Scoop the rich ladna sauce and bathe the kuey teow with it. This recipe is good for 2 serves. If left to stand, the sauce will thicken up quite a bit, so it's best served immediately. Right before, sprinkle a generous amount of bawang goreng or fried shallots, and that's how you make Malaysian-style Kuey Teow Ladna. If you like this recipe, you're really gonna like this one too, so I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching.